Thank you, Nate. Let's begin. Hello, Hunger Fighters. I'm excited to welcome you to the 2023 Hunger Free Communities Virtual Summit. Thank you for being here and for everything you do to end hunger in your community. I'm Minerva Delgado, and I'm the Director of Coalitions and Advocacy at the Alliance to End Hunger, and I'm your conference organizer as well. So I'm really thrilled to see you all here. Please feel free to say hello in the chat and share where you're tuning in from as well. We're really excited that you're joining us today. We are thrilled to host this conference, and we're so appreciative that you can join us today. The Alliance to End Hunger is a multi-sector collaborative bringing together nonprofits, faith-based organizations, corporations, universities, foundations, working together to find solutions to hunger. We know it's going to take all of us to end hunger in the US, and we know that we have some serious challenges in front of us. Hunger continues to increase while food prices remain high. What's special about this event is that we are gathering with our partners in the Hunger Free Communities Network, and we are highlighting community-based strategies that work to address hunger and food insecurity and close gaps in services for community residents. We will also highlight important policy issues at the federal level that affect the community experience. We have a great program lined up for you today. I'm very excited for you to experience all of the sessions. We couldn't have this event without the dedication of our presenters, and I'd like to offer them my thanks. They are doing amazing work at the federal, state, and local levels to relieve hunger and address food and nutrition challenges. We're particularly thankful to our presenters with lived experience of these issues and look forward to learning from them. And we will end the day by presenting the Hunger Free Community Award to a very deserving partner. We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors who helped make this summit possible. They are Instacart, Share Our Strength, Bread for the World, Feeding America, Grubhub, and Islamic Relief USA. Let's take a moment to view this message from Share Our Strength.
One moment.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2023 Hunger Free Communities Virtual Summit. I am Ashanti Lewis, Associate Director of Federal Government Relations with Share Our Strength, and we are so very proud to be a sponsor of this year's summit. At Share Our Strength, we believe that no child should go hungry in America. Yet today, millions of kids in the U.S. live with hunger. This is why your work in communities is more important than ever. Through our No Kid Hungry campaign, we are working to end childhood hunger by helping launch and improve programs that give all kids the healthy food they need to thrive. We look forward to being a part of this summit and appreciate your hard work and commitment to ending hunger in your communities.
Thank you, Share Our Strength, for your continued support of our summit. Hello, everyone. I want to welcome you to the 2023 Hunger Free Communities Virtual Summit. My name is Eric Mitchell, and I'm the Executive Director of the Alliance to End Hunger. We deeply value our partnership with those of you in the Hunger Free Communities Network. We appreciate the work you're doing to fight hunger during this very difficult time. Poverty and food insecurity are higher now than they were during the pandemic. Food inflation is still putting tremendous pressure on family budgets across the country, and hunger persists among all demographic groups and geographic areas. But we also know that you are making incredible contributions in your communities, and you are doing the best you can to improve food and nutrition security for your neighbors and working to make food systems more equitable and responsive to your community needs. Those of you who are striving to create hunger-free communities play a crucial role in advancing our knowledge base about what works at the local level. And throughout the day-to-day, you will hear from local partners about what they are doing to fight hunger in their local communities. For example, the Indie Hunger Network will discuss how they use surveys to identify food insecure community members in order to close the meal gap in Indianapolis. The Maryland Food System Resilience Council will discuss collaborations that ensure healthy and accessible foods. And United Way of King County will share innovative technologies for improving dignified access to nutritious foods. Now, in order to assist your work, at the Alliance, we are deepening our investment in the Hunger Free Communities Initiative. Starting next year, we'll be partnering with you to ensure that we are planning in-person regional convenings throughout the country. We're also happy to announce that starting next year, we are implementing $50,000 towards a small grant program that will help to improve technology capacity for your organizations, as well advocacy, as well as overall systems enhancement, so that you can work harder and you can do more into addressing hunger in your local communities. And we will also be working with you to improve communications about and tell your story about how you and show the impact of the work that you're doing in your communities. At the Alliance to End Hunger, we recognize that our state and local partners have been crucial in our organization's success. You stood with us to ensure that the government would not shut down. You've also stood with us to fight for full funding for food and nutrition programs in the federal budget, and to defeat the forces that would rather balance the budget by taking food away from hungry people. And you are standing with us now to protect programs such as SNAP and TFAP in the Farm Bill, and we know you won't back down. Now, I know that oftentimes it feels like we're in a defensive posture, but we know that it's going to take a collective effort for us to really make a difference. And that is why we gather. We gather because we envision an America that is free from hunger. We gather because we recognize that it's going to take each of us to do our part in order to find a solution. And we gather because we know that in order for us to end hunger, it's going to take a national movement and a collection of all our powers and strengths to be able to move us closer to that goal. So I thank you for joining us today, and I hope you truly enjoyed this conference. Now I have the distinct pleasure of introducing our next speaker, Congressman Jonathan Jackson. Congressman Jackson represents the 1st District of Illinois and grew into a lifetime of activism at an early age. He's been a stalwart supporter of opportunity, education, and justice for countless communities, not only in Chicago, but beyond. He is currently serving in his first term on Capitol Hill, but in that capacity, he serves on the House Agriculture Committee, where he is fighting to ensure that nutrition programs are meeting the needs for everyone who requires them. Congressman Jackson also serves on many caucuses that are working hard to prove justice and equality for everyone. Caucuses such as the Congressional Black Caucus, the Labor Caucus, and the Black Maternal Mortality Caucus. Over the last year, Congressman Jackson has become a great friend of the Alliance, and we are looking forward to working with him in this year and many years to come. Congressman Jackson, I proudly thank you for all the work you're doing, and I turn it over to you.
Well, thank you so much. I would like to give a very special thank you to our chairwoman, Lisa Davis. Continued success. We appreciate all that you do. To my friend and brother, Eric, You're phenomenal, and I look forward to working even more closely with you. I have some prepared remarks I would like to share, and then I will also give you some additional information. To the Lions to End Hunger, you're on the front end of changing the world. The nonprofits and the for-profit corporations that have joined up to team up to provide food, to have a war on hunger, not a war on the poor. I congratulate you for your civic mindedness and your consciousness. I want to thank Eric for his consistently pleading, pushing, cajoling all of us to do more. It's one of the reasons that I'm on this call with you today. You're very effective, and I want to help enhance and further assist and be a part of your tremendous continued success. But for all of you that have gathered here today, we're at a critical position in our world. I've had the opportunity on foreign affairs, most recently to travel to Israel and to Rwanda. Early in the year, I went to Kenya to see the front ends of climate change, the ending of pastoral communities, because of the double whammy of both the food crisis and climate crisis that's killing people. And had the chance to go to the Indo-Pacific to see Taiwan on the front end of what may be China's aggression, and throughout the Indo-Pacific. I know hunger hurts. Whether you're Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, hunger hurts. We have to make sure that we're filling up the empty space on planet Earth. I'm 57 years of age. When I was born in 1966, the world had 3.5 billion people on Earth. Now, in the year of 2023, we have more than 8 billion people on Earth. We're going to continue to have food challenges. I have the opportunity and honor to be on the Agriculture Committee on dealing with broadband, nutrition, rural development, and also to deal with the crop insurance, and on foreign affairs. I chose those two committees deliberately because they are the same coin, just different sides. There is food insecurity that's now creating, that also has climate change. That's a double whammy. And we're going to see as we have over 350 million people that now have migration issues. People are now living on land that's no longer arable, that they're going to have to find other neighboring countries to move to. We see right here in our domestic areas in California and in Florida, where major insurers have stopped selling insurance because of climate change. We are seeing devastation of areas that were once fertile, that they can no longer feed themselves. This food insecurity is going to make people go across neighboring countries' borders. Right now, we're witnessing something horrific in the Gaza Strait, where people are now being displaced, 1 million people. They're having water and food and medical issues and conditions. This is going to create instability throughout the region. Ladies and gentlemen, we couldn't be together for a more opportune time to fight back and to declare that hunger hurts. And we have the solution, we have the opportunity. One of the great opportunities of being in America is that we understand that we are at the epicenter where we have the food, the technology, and the means by which we can transform the world. I would like to see us go not just on a gunboat diplomacy, but on a food diplomacy. We can eradicate hunger in our lifetime. When we see that 650 million people around the world are facing food insecurity, when we see in the United States of America, children are going to bed hungry, well, let us count the toll of one hungry child. One hungry child can mess up your house. One hungry child can mess up a classroom. One hungry child can mess up your school. One hungry child can mess up your neighborhood. Let us create a defense and an offensive strategy to have food as a diplomacy. Let us make sure that there are no children, are no seniors that are food vulnerable. We can wipe out malnutrition in our lifetime if we have a mind to do so. I'm reminded of our scriptures. Before our good Lord would pray, he would feed the people. When they talk about the scriptures of Jesus having fed the multitudes, if you look at the scriptures carefully, it said he fed 5,000, not including women and children. Not including women and children, which means the number was 2 times as many. Too often times then and now, women and children are not included in these numbers. We're a better nation than this. We're a better nation when we feed all of our hungry. We're a better nation when our seniors are not going to school, are not going to bed malnourished. We can see the chronic effects of bad diets. In the 1st Congressional District that I have the opportunity to serve in the state of Illinois, 8 out of 10 of our children in the public school system have to rely upon the food service and food assistance. What are we working on here in the Congress? The SNAP is a part of the agricultural bill. This bill is going to have $1.5 trillion, second only to the defense. It's a 5-year bill. And in that bill, after we heard all of these things in the springtime, in May, about the debt ceiling, what was the concession that was made? To raise the work requirement on women between the ages of 49 and 54. This is a group that's already working. I'm fighting hard right now. We will make no concessions on women and nutrition and their food. Children will not be sacrificed at this altar. Women will not be sacrificed at this altar. Seniors will not be sacrificed at this altar in the name of being fiscally responsible. We can raise taxes on those that are most able to pay. The good thing about our country is you only pay taxes if you make money. We should raise the taxes on those that have benefited the most from our great nation. I am excited to be here in the Congress representing the 1st District, and I want to see poverty eradicated. I don't want to see a war on the poor. I want to see the work of Reverend Martin Luther King and so many others continue to make a war on poverty. We can turn this around. Your alliance is strong and it is growing. We've seen during the height of COVID how it unmasked what we already knew, that hunger was a problem. I was at home like many of you, and I could see on the television the food line. People were dressed up in nice cars and having to wait to get food right here in America. Now, as we look at the budget going forward and the cutbacks that are happening, our need for food is even greater now than it was in COVID. We have to change it and turn this around. I can't thank you enough for having me as your guest. I look forward to having assignments from you to let me know what else I can do, how I can participate. This is your office. I represent you. I'm honored to serve, and I appreciate the work that you do. I want to thank the private sector, those persons that have put people over profits, those persons that are doing so much more, but they are conscious and civic-minded. Thank you to all the sponsors that have aligned with the Alliance for Hunger. God bless you, and I wish you a happy Thanksgiving and a happy holy season in advance.
Thank you, Congressman Jackson. It is such an inspiration to know that we have you as a champion in Congress with these, shared values to end hunger and malnutrition, both in the United States and around the world. We appreciate you today and look forward to working with you in the days to come. Next up on the main stage is a panel about the Farm Bill, starting at 11:45 a.m. Eastern. It will be moderated by Eric Mitchell of the Alliance, and it features Aaron Shire from National Farmers Union, Alex Berger from Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, and Monica Gonzalez from Feeding America. You don't want to miss it. So right now we're breaking this session here on the main stage. Feel free to go to the lobby, take a look at the agenda and figure out what sessions you want to attend throughout the day, or join the lobby chat and connect with other attendees. There may even be time for you to watch one of the on-demand videos before our next session. So thank you again for joining us. And we look forward to a wonderful day. And we will see you again on the main stage at 11:45.